this is Amy with Amy Pool Photography, and I am super excited to release my new action set, Organic Lumiere Collection. I've been working on this set for the past year, just trying to get everything perfect and get it set to the way I like it. I've just based these actions around my style, and it is primarily very soft and subtle colors to enhance your images and to create that dreamy kind of airy feel that I like to have. I have a lot of nice warm tones and hazes and some, just real soft pops of color. But most of all, what you're going to find with these actions is they're not going to change your images dramatically. They will change them noticeably, but again, I go for that more organic, soft, just kind of a hazy, warm feel with rosy tones or peachy tones. So that's what you're going to find with this collection. I just kind of feel like less is more, and I don't like changing my images real dramatically. So I'm going to show you how I would edit this image from start to finish. I did add some new beauty actions, so I'm going to show you those as well. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is straight out of camera. I pretty much shoot my images, well, I shoot them raw, but I don't do a whole lot to my raw images. I might bump exposure slightly or play with the temperature a little bit, but for the most part, my straight out of camera images are already okay for me to work with, and I don't do much to them. So we're going to go ahead and start with this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run happy. This is kind of my base action that I like to use. It's going to add a little bit of pop and a little bit of brightness. You can see that the action opens up and there's different layers and masks, and you can tweak those and adjust those to your taste. I'm just going to close that up, and I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, just like 55%, and you can bring it to wherever your taste likes it. I'm next going to run warm and cozy. I want to warm the image up, and again, I'm going to take the opacity down to my taste. I'll probably stay here like at 26%. The next one I'm going to run is bright green Be Gone. I'm not a huge fan of bright green, so I like to bring those tones down in my images. So you can see that it's just kind of warming it up and bringing the tones down, but that's a little dramatic. So we're going to bring the opacity down. I'm going to get a black brush, a soft black brush, and I'm going to paint on this layer mask. I'm just trying to get rid of the bright green in the background. I don't need it messing with her skin tone or anything like that. So I'm just going to mask off of her. You don't have to run, obviously, all these actions on every image, so I wouldn't recommend it. You just kind of pick and choose what works for you. The next one I'm going to run is, I think I'm going to kind of run Hush and see how it might darken the image up just a tiny bit, tone down a little bit of the highlights. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So the next thing I'm going to run is Dreamy Light. This is actually my favorite action of the soft lights and tones category. I love Dreamy Light, and I run this on the majority of my outdoor images. But I am going to take the opacity down to, let's see, like 44 is good. You can see you can open this panel up with the collection, and you can play with the layer mask. You can turn things on, turn things off. I think I'm going to turn that warmth off. I already warmed this image up, and I'm just going to close this up now. So the next one I'm going to run is Blushing Light. So let's go ahead and run Blushing Light. You can see this adding some rosy tones to the image. I do add rosy tones to most of my images. I'm just going to stop it there at like 34%. And then I want to run Airy and Light. Okay, so I'm going to take Airy and Light down quite a bit. I think I'm going to leave it at 15%. Now what I want to do with Airy Light, and I think I'm going to go back and do it to Blushing Light too, is I'm going to get a black mask and I'm going to take this layer off of her features, like her lips and her eyes and her nostrils. I don't want any kind of a haze over her features. So if you just get on these white masks with a black brush, you can take it off. And then I could have done this before, I'm just going back and doing it now, but on the Dreamy Light action, we can create a layer mask and go ahead and take that off. Okay, because I just want to keep her, I want her features to pop and I don't want them to get any kind of a haze on them. All right, so I'm pretty good with those actions under the soft, light, and tones. So I'm gonna go ahead and flatten what we've done so far. You can flatten how you want. I like to just kind of flatten my stuff as I go about it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down here to Beauty Bar and I'm gonna run Eye Sparkle, and we're gonna get on the black mask, we want to turn our brush to white, so get a soft white brush, and you're just going to take it right over the eye. And so for me, I like my eyes to look fairly natural, so I'll take it down just a little bit. You can see before and after. So that's Eye Sparkle. And now I'm going to run lip gloss. So all of my actions in the Beauty Bar are made to be fairly natural looking. You can see that the lip gloss I'm putting on, it's a real light and natural color. I just like to keep things as organic and natural as possible. So let's see, so that's before and after lip gloss. And let's see, sometimes I like to zoom out and kind of see where I like it. But I'm going to leave it right there at 16%. So the next one we're going to run is Sweet Cheeks. And this is a light blush that I'm going to apply to the apples of her cheeks. And again, this is going to be really natural. I don't even know if you can see it on your screen going on. But it's just a really light blush. And then I'm going to get my black mask and mask off where it went on to her hair. So let me blow this up and see if you can see before and after. It's really, really subtle, just on the apples of her cheeks. I don't want it too crazy. And then the last action I'm going to run in Beauty Bar is pop those lashes. So we're going to get a white brush. We're just going to run it over her eyelashes. Okay, and you can bring the opacity down in this if it doesn't look natural for you, or you can bring it up if you want it more dramatic. So I'm going to go ahead and now just flatten that. So I have some black and white actions here. I'm going to skip past those, and I skipped past the soft hazes too because I chose not to use those on this particular photo. So we're going to come down to finishing touches, and I'm going to run a hazy vignette. So this is obviously a little bit more than what I would want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the opacity down to like 50%, and I'm going to get a black brush. And I want to make sure it's not on her at all. Okay, so didn't want it to do that. Okay, so this is before and after. I think I'm going to take the opacity down even a little bit more. Let's try that. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, let's flatten this. You know, sometimes I'll run soft matte finish. I'm just going to run it and see if I want it on this image or not. That's a little much for me for the matte tone, but I do like to add matte to a lot of my images. Let's see. So I like that. I'm going to go ahead and leave it, but we will, again, take this matte finish off of her features with a black brush. Okay. And we are going to flatten this, and now the last action I'm going to run is clarity, which is a sharpening action. So you can see that's before and after. You zoom it up. Okay. So there you have it. That is my edit with my actions from start to finish. This is where we started. And this is where we ended. So before, after. So I hope that helped, and thank you for watching, and have a great day.